Hello guys, in this episode I will talk about some tips on the wire connections on the control panel and the control box, and some hints or tips. And in the previous episodes I have talked about the building of the control box, but not yet every connection is finished. And you can see here the door of the control panel, control box was taken out. It's for the ease. And why is that so? It's for the ease of the taking repair, so further connection of this control box, because the door will block your actions movement. And to do so, before I have do some connection here, and you can see here is the main switch, here is the cooling fan, some things here not yet connect, and the power line come here into the control box, and rapidly it was go to one of this socket, and the earth is go to here. Very clear. Turn on the light. Rapidly go to here socket, and here is the earth, and this socket will connect to this part here, and the earth will connect to here, and the earth is ground here as well. When the earth come here, go back here, he will connect to the metal carbon box, and the power go into here. It will go to this main switch, and the main switch outputs will go to the fan, and also this part will go back to this here. The socket here will go back to the part here on the control box, so I can easily take it out. And there is a hinge pin here, it can be pulled out, so it can be taken out. And I'm now doing some connection, and here I add the 5V socket, USB socket, just two wire, positive wire and ground and earth. This is for the lamp, this lamp on the machine. The lamp have the switch here. I not yet connect the power. Before this 5V power line is directly go into the inside, but I want to use a separate connection here. So even I don't power on the control box, but I want to turn on this lamp and do something here, I can take this out. This is the light, and it is a bit longer. This wire is a bit longer. I can plug this into some type of this 5V DC supply. I can take this plug directly into here, then the lamps can be turned on. The main purpose of it is this, and you can see here here is a metal bracket here. This is This is the wire from the USB socket, and the socket is mounted with this aluminum plate mount bracket and fastened by 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit time consuming to do so. Anyway, I want to do as much the connection on this panel so I can easily remove all the wire connecting cable and do the checking or repair or the upgrading. That concept is come from this original machine, router machines purchased is high Z machine, and I quite like the control board arrangement, so I do this as well on here. And the next one is I'm now doing the e-stop connection, and the e-stop connection will connect to this control board, and this is come to these 2 wire, and as well as these 2 wire. I will further connect another wire on this here, but this is not so important for this. Anyway, I will continue to do so. That means I have 1, 2, and also 3 is here. Here is on the machine, and here you can see here. Here is upgrade of using the green color. I will paint it because this plastic bracket is printed on the 3D printer. This is green color PLA, lucky color. It's ugly color. Anyway, the wire already routed. Go into here, go inside this metal exclusion tube, not exclusion, this metal steel tube, rectangular section, and come out here and roll it through a 6mm PVC tube, and here. So here and here, and go to this connection board, and also I do the connection board here is reassembled to this my original machine. This is control board, and go to the machine. There is connection board here inside. Oh, we did put the limit switch, the e-stop switch here, but I don't do it. Anyway, the connection wire or lead wire or cable is inside, so I do it similarly. And you can see here, it's better to do all the connection on a individual PCB board. And you can see the incoming lead wire of the limit switch XYZ and e-stop, as well as the lamp, the light on the machine. Those wires come here, and when go out, I connect this cable here, fix here, and then connect here, and the wire will come out here, and the cable come out here, and this will go into this control box. There's all this. There's the stuff I made on here, and I haven't yet fixed the board, PC board on this plastic board. Anyway, no problem. And also I haven't put 4 screws there. And going to the panel, and I haven't yet introduced the second episode on how doing the control panel. In the first episode, I already introduced this on the on the 3D model on the computer, how this was constructed, and you can refer to my previous episode on it. And I now explain the actual stuff here. And the main box of the panel is made of aluminum sheets and bent on my bending brake. Is not a large size. These large pieces cannot be bended here. It can only bend small bracket. I also made a largest one. It was made of wood, and I built the wood metal bending brake easily. It's by using this wooden block, and I accomplished it in 3 days. And I can bend you can see this largest piece of 2mm thickness aluminum sheet. So the main control board panel box is bended, and there is the 10-inch LCD screen under this bracket. This is also aluminum bracket. It's bended pieces, and on top of it, here is the LCD PC board. There are 2, one here and one here. The 2 pieces. These little pieces is a touch screen for touch screen's purpose. This is for the screen, and the third PCB board is here. There are several momentary switches there, and here I have engraved the wording power on, menu, etc., and tuning the color. This is for the screen, and on top of this bracket, this is the mini palm size computer. This is the Wi-Fi, and I bought it. It's not expensive. It's China made. And one thing is, I need to mention, I have burned this computer as well as this LCD screen PC board during the assembly. I do the replacement, and luckily this spot, the manufacturer replaced a new pieces to me free of charges. I only pay the delivery cost, the secondary delivery cost for the main board of this mini computer. It also burned, and I need to send the main board back to the manufacturer in mainland China, and it cost me a lot of delivery costs and also the custom costs, around 13 US dollar, and the manufacturer also fee supply me a board, and I need to pay all the delivery costs. It's a unfortunate experiences, and you should be take care when you assemble a control panel by yourself. The main reason of this blowout is still not fully understood, and at the first installation everything worked okay, computer and the screen okay, but at one time I plug in the AC power into the wall socket, all things go black. So I blame on the manufacturer, so they free supply the parts to me. Maybe due to the power supply I give to the power supply from mini computer is supplied by the manufacturer, and this is the power supplier. This should be this one mini computer, and I firstly connect the power plug, the power DC plug. Since they use the similar voltage, I think 12 volt, I connected two power line directly to this power supply. At one time I switch on, everything go wrong and burned. I think this is the main reason, because I connect two of them to one. Then I now separated one. I take old pieces power supply here for the screen. This is the original mini computer power supply, and this power supply is for this control box, Misa control box. And now everything is okay, and I don't know if this is the main reason. And this black box, small box, is the VFD box, VFD control panel taken out from this VFD. I mentioned it already in previous episode. And here, this yellow plastic sheet under this is the handheld. You can see here, and I also mentioned it in previous episode, is the handheld pendulum here, and also these switches underneath of this here is just a whole piece of the handheld pendulum. I just put it directly on this control box and mount it with this several piece aluminium onto the main carbon frame, and then go to this black color pieces is the keyboard. Is here the keyboard is put on the top, and then mount with this aluminum pieces, and on top of this keyboard is a drive, computer drive. This is small. It is my used one. It's spare parts. I haven't used it. In case this computer memory is not enough, I will connect it with this. And there is a SATA socket inside here, and I can put the connection cable to it and increase the memory. I haven't yet used it. Another pieces is this chip and this metal pumper chip angle pieces. All the cable come from this panel, pass through this tube and come out here. It can't be seen here now. Here is a slot. You can see there is opening the slot here on the plastic chip, as well as on the metal chip inside. So under this plastic chip is a metal chip, and the metal chip is fixed on two sides of it, and I can clamp it here, the knob nut, so it will not turn freely. Anyway, I will do some upgrading on here to make it better. And here is the e-stop, and here is the main power stop, some lamp, and here is some auxiliary switch for the jogging of X, Y, Z, as well as A, B axis here. I haven't connected. Here is the cycle star, and pause and resume. And here is the coolant or suction air, and there is some momentary switch for external switches of the Linux program use. And I think this is 2, 4, 6, 8. There is 8 pieces here, and the LED is mounted on this PCB board. You can see here, and all of them not yet connect, and will be in next phase. And also this switch. Now, at the moment, I also put a connection PCB board here. These two cable come out from this tube, and it's move around. So I need to fix it on here on the board, and then put all the wire here. There is A, B cable, and soldering in this area. And by doing this, I will easily do further connection on all this switch. And now I just demonstrate the connection of this e-stop. This 2-pin output is normal close, and this wire go here, and go to first two line of A cable, red and orange. Then is temporary finish on here. And furthermore, I want to explain some connection on this computer. This is the LAN wire, and this will go to the mesa board, and this connector is HDMI for the screen. This is the DC supply voltage. All these three are USB cable, one for the keyboard and two for the output. I don't remember quite well why there is two. Anyway, for putting on the thumb drive, I will directly plug into the USB socket on this keyboard, and for the mouse, I put on this wire. This is USB wire. And here, go back to the disc. The red and oranges wire come here for the e-stop. For the e-stop on the control panel or monitor panel. Another two wire e-stop coming out from this machine connection box will go to the cable, and the cable will go to this socket. This socket is for the X1 limit switch signal and also e-stop, and this wire will come out here. This one limit switches here are connected, and these two will be the e-stop. And furthermore is the e-stop for here. It's quite not important on here, but anyway I will do this. There's three pair of wire. They are normal closures, and I will connect them in series, and then two will go into the socket on this board, control box. And one thing is, doing this here, you can see I make my cable myself here. Actually, all of them is 14 small lead wire. I can't find this on the market, or I didn't yet find, and not available on my hand. 14 coils. There's 14 lead wire inside, 14 pieces. But I have 9 pieces and 5 pieces lead wire cable. I combine them. I take out the lead wire of them and sew out the shield, the sleeve, the PVC sleeve, and I use back the aluminum foil inside one of them, and wrapping it the 14 pieces again, and then wrap it with this PVC tape, electrical tape. The method of making this I already done in my previous episode, and you can see it. And at the end I will use a cable tie to wrap on here. Anyway, there is now a 14 lead wire cable I can use, and these two red and oranges, these two I need to connect with it. And one end will be, this is very thin cable and it's not very suitable to screw lock on this socket. And one method or tips is doing so. Here you can buy the pins on market and easily do it, but in my countries those small pins on the market is expensive, so I don't buy it. It's very expensive. I do it by myself. I use this cable. This cable is (22 gig AWG), and I cut a short pieces and soldering on it. And here you can see I take out this. There is a string gauge tube here, and also a small pieces. So if I do this on this black thin wire, I will cut a little, explode the wire on the black thin black wire, and then twist them it on this 22 gauge wire together, and then put the string gauge tubes inside and heat shrink it. Then this can be inserted into this socket. These two were already made, and I think it's quite reliable. Just by doing this. And this is more tips, and that's all for it for this episode, and thank you for your watching.